Hey guys, it's Jason Postel here at JP Capital Solutions. I've been getting a lot of comments and questions regarding investors' pitch decks, right? Like presentations to take on meetings or email out, just something to have clean and put together. Because once you identify an opportunity, right? Well, how do you get that? And you have investors that will meet you. Well, how do you put that together and go through it? So you can find many different kinds of pitch decks. Deal specific, company specific. This one I'm going to show you here today is for an opportunity zone fund. It's for a fund for investments that are in real estate opportunity zones. That was a new tax reform from 2017, December 2017, for opportunity zones to potentially eliminate the capital gains instead of like the 1031 exchange, which is a deferred tax gain on deferred capital gains. This with a 10-year hold in a qualified opportunity zone, you can completely eliminate that. And there's other tiers you can take it out before then, but you don't get the significant tax break of elimination. But anyhow, this is just going to kind of go through how to structure it. It's a mock template. I'll put it down here. You guys can make it your own. I'm going to go through it here, and if you got any questions, just let me know. But here's again, it can be a single asset, and you can call it whatever you like, right? And if this is you're doing a syndication, however you do it, you want to always tell them what you're going through, right? The executive summary. What in this case, it's about an opportunity zone, right? So you want to explain what exactly it is. Okay, and here it is. It's passed by Congress in 2017 and established tracks throughout the U.S. So again, guys, I'm not going to go through this line by line like I'm pitching an investor, but I want to just hit on the meat of it so that you guys know really what to touch on, and go through. So, what are they? Obviously, that's important. You've got to tell your audience investors, what is it, right? And then why? Well, the deferred payment of existing capital gains, right? In this case, and here's the tiers I mentioned in the last slide: 5 to 7 years, you still get a deferred payment, plus, but it's a 10%, right, on the existing. 7 to 10 years, you get 15. Greater than 10, it's a cancellation, 15% cancellation of existing, plus investors paid no capital gains. It's huge. So management, right? So once you explain what it is, why you should jump at this opportunity, they want to see who's the management, right? What's your team of experts? Okay, well, usually you're going to have you and a partner, up to about 4 guys usually are on a deal, right, on a team. Right, I'm actually partners in a couple other they're separate partnerships, right? So it's one team. It's myself and another partner, and then with another group, it is a whole group of 4 people. So it's not a one-man band, guys. I know a lot of people try to do this themselves, and you cannot say you cannot. It's very hard to get going on your own and being everybody, right? You need your finance guys, you need your broker relations, the acquisitions, dispositions, investor relations. It's just you'll go nuts trying to do it on your own. So you want to explain your management, who is in the area, who is doing it, who's the expert in the area, right? I mean, in apartments, for example, the operator needs to just be there, right? I mean, you how would you like it if someone just said, well, I'm thinking about going to the property, once every 6 months. Well, if you got hundreds of thousands, if not millions, does that make you feel warm and fuzzy? But if you tell the investor, hey, look, when you place your capital with me, not only do I have a property management team in town, they're on site every single day. They live on site as well, 24 hours. and it just makes them feel a lot more secure, right? So, management team going through all that is obviously the next important step. And where, right? I mean, like, where's your team at? Where are your locations? What have you done? Here's a map. This shows some different tracks of where, but more are, we're more in the southeast here, my groups, but Texas, Arizona, there's Michigan. That's we got a couple deals on the mobile home park side, up there. But so establish where your team is throughout, right? Where have you been? What's your track record? And the opportunity, right? So after you've hit across, what it is, why it is, who's running it, what you guys done, why purchase this asset, right? So this just kind of illustrates examples, from stock markets, which, right now there's a lot of blood in the streets. It's crazy right now. Stock market just is it's 408. It's insane. It's scary. So right now, but with that being said, there is also opportunity, right? So this just demonstrates an example of maybe someone that isn't familiar with real estate assets, let alone opportunity zones, right? So maybe they know the language in the stock market, and unfortunately with what's happened, they're trying to make a move. But if you can articulate it in these packages, clean and clear, that's what it's about. Is not just painting a picture, right? You don't want to ever deceive or shed light on something that might not happen, right? You want the facts, and you want them clean and clear. So this gives a good demonstration. Here's a little more into the tax deferments. Go into the market as investors, when they place their money, they want to know what's happening in that market, right? What's the urgency, the inventory shortage, right? Time sensitive. This one happened to be last year, so there was timelines, right? So current market predictions. This are just articles and windows of opportunities, and then go through your strategy. Obviously, once you have a great asset and they get excited, well, great. Well, what's your business plan? What are you doing to capitalize on that investment? On that opportunity? Or is there any room for growth to expand in the future, right? I mean, it's always forward looking, right? So the strategy from acquiring the asset all the way through till after closing, right? So this walks it through. Investment strategy. You begin raising funds. See, beginning, this is from the raising funds process. They want to know what's happening before, guys. Like, what are you doing? Like, do how are you meeting your investors? Are you face to face? Are you shaking everybody's hand? Are you doing this over a web presentation, or are you face to face, flying there with a packet in hand, right? There is no right or wrong, right? But it's just gotta have a strategy through the process every step of the way. So the case studies, again, you're going to want to know who you are, what you're doing, why, how, and then going back to what have you done, right? Why are you yourself? Well, this just shows a third party case study, right? And it shows a high level overview. These packet guys are for an interest. Some of these meetings you might go in, might be a 10-minute pitch. Okay, you might be in there for an hour and a half. I've had a presentation, right, where it goes, and you got to be prepared, right, on everything. They're going to ask you hard questions. They want to know, how much skin do you as the operator, syndicator, sponsor have in the game, right? They know you're trying to raise money, but it's important sometimes to have some skin in the game on certain deals, right? So this is just a snapshot, right? This presentation is going to probably be a similar package to what the actual deal deck will look like, right? This is the investor's pitch deck. Then there's a separate deal deck that'll go along with this, which I'll also put down here for you guys to make your own and plug your own deals into. But this again is the investor's pitch deck, your company, yourself, your overview, selling them more on you, right? That you got your stuff in line, and that you know what you're doing, and that you're an authority, and that he can trust you with their funds, right? With their capital. So it's very important, not only have this, but then translate this case study into your actual deal deck, which again, it's going to be another 20 to 40 page packet, all on financials. Okay, so here's some others. 120 unit brand new apartment building, right? Showing the exit, hold time, what's the exit cap, right? So then at the end, your appendix, you at the very end, it's the, I want to say the trial close, but in a way, right? You want soft commitments. You don't want to waste their time. They're not there to waste yours, right? So, but you gotta have that question. You gotta walk through the partnership size, the minimum commitments. You gotta tell them how is this? Is this a 50 split, 70-30, 60-40? What's the IRR, right? Year one, you're giving off a 6 to 8% preferred return monthly. Well, what after that 50 split, it's not really an 8, 6 to 8. It's more of a 15 to 18, right? And we'll go over that, guys, on the the other deal deck. If I just lost you there, don't worry. We'll go through that, but all this stuff is what they really want to know, right? Is not only first thing, most importantly, is how did they get the capital returned, right? First and foremost, how are they getting their money back, right? Second thing is, how much return are they getting on that capital, right? So once you articulate the business plan on a low risk that they can feel good about it and getting their money back, then you explain how much, and that's where this comes in, and that's where the soft commitment is, right? It's a simple, yeah, after everything I showed you here today, is there a reason why you wouldn't move forward in the future when we're calling for capital? And usually it's pretty yes or no. If they have absolutely no, they're not gonna keep you on. But again, this is just to get interest. And if they say yeah, absolutely, well, then say perfect. Appreciate your time, and then you roll into a time meeting for the deal deck, right? And that's it, guys. So keep keep this in mind. When you don't need to spend forever making it perfect. But it is very important that you guys make a clean, clear, concise, right, packet, and again, roll into that deal deck, and you're gonna be set. I think I got an example of one here, hard copy. Let me see. Quick. Give you an idea. It's a smaller one, but yeah, like right here. So here's a deal here, Farmer Complex, right? And got comparables just to show what the market. I don't know if you guys can see this, but I'll put this down there too, so you guys can see it. But see, this is line items after line items, where you really gotta walk through these, to really explain it. But it's very valuable. Makes you stand out. And well, I say stand out. Everybody's doing that on larger deals, right? If you're not, you're not even got a shot, right? So yeah, you're just yeah. So I hope you guys I added a little value there. I'll put the slide decks, both the pitch deck and the deal deck, down here, and let me know your thoughts, guys. Let me know what you guys use, if anything similar. Share and like and subscribe. Thanks, guys.